You just closed your first wholesale deal and made $10,000. Now you're asking, how do I turn this into a $1 million a year business? Because don't get me wrong, $10,000 is cool, but $1 million changes your life. And the thing is, I've done just this. One small $12,000 check to over $1 million in assignment fees. And today I'm breaking down my proven 7-step game plan so you can do the exact same thing. And the first thing you must do is simplify your $1 million goal. Well, let me ask you a different question. How do you lose 10 pounds? Yeah, say I want to lose 10 pounds of fat. What do you do? Well, you have to understand that 10 pounds is the same thing as 35,000 calories, which is the same as 3,500 calories for 10 weeks, which means that you only have to lose 500 calories a day. And you can lose 100 calories by just walking 1 mile. So all I have to do, Max, is walk 1 mile a day for the next 10 weeks and I'll lose 10 pounds. That's it. It's no different with wholesaling. You've done your first wholesale deal, but how many wholesale deals do you have to do every year to make $1 million? Well, $1 million divided by 12 months is about $80,000 a month. If the average assignment fee is $20,000, that means you only need to do 4 deals a month. 4 deals a month is just 1 deal a week. Wait, I only have to do 1 deal a week and I can make $1 million this year? Yes, that's all you have to do is 1 deal every week. And I'm going to show you how. And the second thing that you just have to understand is you don't need 5 different marketing channels. You don't need to be doing PPC and cold calling and text blasting and door knocking and all. No. Choose one and stick with it. Any marketing strategy can scale to $1 million a year. I did over $1 million in assignment fees last year by just JVing with people. But the reason why I was successful, whereas most wholesalers fail, is that I did not give up on my marketing strategy. I stuck with it even when times were tough until I mastered it, until I became the best at it. I have friends doing 6 figures a month cold calling, 6 figures a month text blasting, 6 figures a month running Google ads. Even Ryan, a member of my community, which you guys can join by clicking the link down below and getting access to my premium content. Ryan is doing 6 figures a month just buying leads. He's doing PPL, but the thing is, it took him 6, 9, 12 months to master it. It takes time, but the other thing it takes is number 3. It takes money. In order to close 1 deal a week, and that's close, that's not just getting contracts, that's closing the deals. You're probably going to need to spend at least $10,000 a month in marketing. But the thing is, you got $10K from the deal you just closed. But understand, and it doesn't matter what marketing strategy you pick. Yes, some of them are going to be cheaper. Some of them are going to be more expensive. You are going to need to spend money and you're going to need to reinvest into your company. You need to invest in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself enough to spend tens of thousands of dollars on yourself, then this just isn't for you. You're going to have to bet it all on you. For example, right now I'm spending anywhere between $10,000 to $15,000 a month alone on just PPC. And that doesn't even include the tens of thousands of dollars a month I spend on salaries, which we're going to get to in a second. I'm going to teach you how to build a team. But please understand that marketing is not cheap. You're going to have to pay for leads. You're going to have to pay for tools like wholesalecalculators.com. It tells you exactly what to offer on your properties. You should RSVP because it's coming out soon. Anyways, and you're going to have to pay for salaries. So number 4 is the people. You cannot get to 1 deal a week alone. You cannot get $1 million in assignment fees alone. I mean, I guess you can. I do know some people that do, but it's not the right way to build a business because you are going to need to hire 4 people. I'm going to tell you exactly what those roles are right now. You don't want to be doing the list gathering and cold calling, the appointment setting, and sending the contracts all yourself because the thing is, it's just not worth your time. $1 million a year, that is the same as $500 an hour. $500 an hour. So really any task that you can outsource for less than $500 an hour is an ROI. A virtual assistant to do your lead generation, a skilled setter who has the mastery of the English language to set appointments on your calendar. You are going to be doing the closing. You still do the closing, and then you're going to hire a transaction coordinator to do all the annoying contracts. And my favorite place to hire these employees is actually onlinejobs.ph. I'm not sponsored by them, but I've hired dozens of employees here and they are so great. But wait. Max, you said I had to hire 4 employees. Wait, who's this last one? Well, this staff is going to be incredible at getting you contracts, but you still got to sell the contract. So what you're going to need to do is hire 1 disposition agent who's going to build up your buyers list and sell your deals. But between us, I actually don't recommend you go this path. I recommend that you only focus on acquisitions and you JV with someone like me to do the dispositions. Remember what I said in the beginning of this video, you want to become a master, and you should become a master at not only your acquisition strategy, but at acquisitions. You shouldn't try to become a master at dispositions too. So here's what I recommend. I mean, maybe I'm biased, but I think you should send all your deals to Max Dispo dispo.com. Fill out the information and just click submit and send your deal to me. I'll handle the rest, get your deal sold, and then just send you a check. Because you need to ask yourself the question. If you spend 10, 20, 30, 40 hours trying to sell one wholesale deal, and again, what did I just say? Your time is worth about $500 an hour. You just lost $5, $10, $20,000 when you could have been out locking up more deals. You could have locked up so many more deals, but you were out trying to sell one. So you really need to ask the question, is it worth it for me to do dispo? For most of you, I would say no. But one thing we have to do before we talk about underwriting, how you scale your underwriting, because believe it or not, that's gonna become one of your biggest problems. How much are you gonna pay your employees? Let me give you a ballpark. Your lead gen VA, you're gonna pay about $500 a month. Your setter, you're going to pay about $1,000 a month base plus a small commission. Your transaction coordinator, you're going to pay them a few $100 a deal. So call that $1,000 a month. And then your disposition agent, if you decide to go that route, it's probably going to be about 15%. Now you might say, Max, that's crazy. That's a lot of money. Yeah. The problem is that you're going to maybe need to hire for one more thing, or you're going to need to find a solution, which I have, which is actually underwriting, because you're going to be generating so many freaking leads and half of your day is just going to be spent comping them. Comp a property in Rochester, New York, comp a property in bumfuck New Mexico, comp a property here, comp a property there. All you're doing is comping. And again, your time is valuable. So how do we make the comping process better? Well, you know, I'm biased. I recommend wholesalecalculators.com because it does a lot of the underwriting for you. Tells you exactly what to offer on your deals. I also have this free sick lowball offer calculator that you can access by just going to lowballoffer.ai. It's in my school group. You have to be a member of my school group. Just choose the deal type, put the address in, and then all you're going to do is plug in the ARV and the repairs, and it's going to tell you what to offer. There's your offer. But the problem is, Max, what do I know what the ARV is? What do I know what the repairs is? Now, to figure that out, you actually have to comp the property. Go to Zillow, go to sold, plug in the information, and then find comparables. You are really going to need to get good at this. So I have a video right here showing you how to comp. But another thing that you guys can use is that in my school group, I offer 100% free comping. Just send me your deals and I'll tell you exactly what the ARV is and what the repairs are. What you need to understand is that if you want to make $1 million a year, you want to make $80,000 a month, you want to make $20,000 a week, you got to sell a deal every week. That means that you have to sell a deal every single week. So the deals you get, they have to be good deals. And there's a few things that you just have to look for. You want your investors to make as much profit as they're putting into repairs. You want them to get as close to a 20% ROI as possible. And you want them to be making at least $10,000 for every month that they're working on the project. These are the exact metrics that I use every time I underwrite a deal for one of my buyers. Actually, every time I underwrite a deal for myself. And if your deal has all of these, it's going to sell. Thing is, you just need to get in front of buyers. So guys, that's actually number 6. You got to dispo your deal. So yes, I already said that you should probably just JV with me and send me your deals. I'll get them sold. But if you want to dispo your own deals, let me just show you some quick tips before we get into number 7, which is going to surprise you guys what that is, but it's so important to grow to $1 million in assignment fees. I'll show you that in a second. The easiest place to find buyers is Facebook. Just join Real Estate Investment Group. I've sold countless deals by doing this. But a better way is to use a software like XLead. Choose a city like Dallas, Texas, and then the software is just going to pull you all the top buyers. You can click on them, get their phone number, and call them. Or what I recommend you do is just download the entire list, text blast them, and say, hey, what's your buy box? I have a ton of off-market properties, and I'm looking for buyers like yourself. But my favorite strategy to sell my deals is just using InvestorLift. What I do is just go to InvestorLift, and these are all JV deals that I'm selling for you guys. Put my property information in here, I blast it to a ton of buyers, and then I get to see exactly what buyers saw my deal and know exactly what buyers were interested. Except the only problem is this does not come cheap. I have cartel mode, which is an invite-only plan. Long story short, guys, it's well over $50,000 a year. But InvestLift starts around $6,000 a year. So you can do this, or you can just JV with me and send your deals to maxdispo.com. Up to you. But really, guys, the last thing, and this has been the most important thing for me in the past year, has been just choosing the right market. And I purposely left this one till the end because it's something that I've been struggling with, but finally figured out, or at least figuring it out. This is something that you're constantly working on. You're constantly going to have to make changes to. You're not doing 1 or 2 deals anymore. You're doing dozens and dozens of deals. So you need to choose a market that works for you. If you're local to a small town, you're going to have to start wholesaling virtually. You're going to need to find a city that has a population of at least 50,000, preferably over 100,000. You're going to have to start moving into some big hitting areas. Or you're going to want to choose 2, 3, 4, 5 different smaller markets. As many of you guys know, Dallas-Fort Worth is my main market. I've done hundreds and hundreds of deals here, and I can't outgrow this market. It's huge. But I also do a lot of deals all over Texas. I've been really pushing into New York lately, Oklahoma, Oklahoma's not bad. Doing deals in Georgia. Ohio, up in the Rust Belt. I'm crushing it there. There are just some markets that I really like and some markets that I don't. And unfortunately, this is just going to come from you testing. You're just going to need to try and fail. But again, once you find a market you like, dominate that market, stick with that market, and become the best at that market. So there you go, everyone. This is my 7-step blueprint, the exact strategy that you're going to need to implement to turn your $10,000 deal, your first wholesale deal, into $1 million a year wholesale business. Maybe you're overwhelmed by this. Maybe you think, Max, this is impossible. I'm never going to achieve this. But what I want you to understand, just please freaking understand this, is by just getting your first deal, you're not 1% of the way there. A $10,000 assignment fee is not 1% there to $1 million. I know you might think that, but it's not. You're actually halfway there because you have already achieved what most people haven't. You've already gotten your first deal, and now getting your second, third, fourth, fifth is not that hard. It's actually pretty easy. I believe in you. I'll see you at 1 million. And if you need my help, make sure to join my school group. I will personally help you get there. Thank you all so much. Like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye.